Welcome to The Perspective. Here, we look where others turn away, deep, dark, direct. Today, spirituality. No esotericism, no hocus pocus, just science. What does research say about spirituality? What positive impacts does it have on our lives? Where does it come from, and why is meditation so important? We'll dive into history, into the depths of the human mind, and find answers that make us stronger. I'm a Bitcoiner, I see the world differently, and I'll show you what lurks in the shadows. This will be intense, this will be eerie. Stay tuned, it'll grip you. Picture this, you're sitting in the darkness, your breath heavy. The world out there is loud, chaotic, oppressive. But within you, there's stillness. A connection that goes deeper than words, deeper than thoughts. That's spirituality, not esotericism, not superstition, but a state of being that has accompanied us for millennia. But what does science say about it? And why might spirituality be the key to a freer, more fulfilling life? Let's start with the definition. Spirituality is the pursuit of a connection to yourself, to others, to nature, or to something greater without necessarily being religious. It's about meaning, values, inner peace. Esotericism, on the other hand, often involves supernatural practices like fortune-telling or crystal healing. We'll leave that aside today. We're focusing on the facts, the research, the history. Where does spirituality come from? Let's look into the past. As far back as 40,000 years ago, in the Paleolithic era, cave paintings like those in Lascaux, France, show that humans had rituals. They painted animals, danced, sought a connection to nature. Archaeologists believe these rituals were early forms of spirituality, an attempt to understand the world, to find meaning in chaos. Over time, religions developed. In ancient Egypt, people prayed to gods like Osiris. In ancient India, Hinduism emerged with its Vedas, emphasizing meditation and inner reflection. But spirituality was always more than religion. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Socrates sought the truth about the self, a form of spirituality rooted in reason. In the Middle Ages, while the church controlled the masses, mystics like Hildegard of Bingen sought a direct connection to God beyond dogma. Spirituality is as old as humanity itself, an innate need that drives us to seek meaning. What does science say? In recent decades, research has taken spirituality seriously, and the results are striking. Studies show spirituality has measurable positive effects on body and mind. A 2018 study from Harvard Medical School found that people who regularly engage in spiritual practices like meditation or prayer have a 30% lower risk of depression. Why? Because spirituality activates the brain's reward system. It increases the release of dopamine and serotonin, the happiness hormones. Research from the University of Wisconsin-Madison showed spiritual people often have lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone. They're more resilient, better able to cope with crises. And it goes further. A 2021 long-term study by the American Heart Association found that people with a strong sense of spirituality have a 20% lower risk of heart disease. The reason? Spirituality promotes healthy habits. People who find meaning in life smoke less, drink less, and take better care of themselves. But it's not just the body, it's the mind. Spirituality gives us a sense of meaning, of connection. A study from the University of California, Los Angeles, showed people who identify as spiritual feel less lonely, even in tough times. They have a stronger sense of belonging. Not to a group, but to something greater. This is individualism in its purest form. You find your own path, your own truth, without bowing to the collective. And this is where meditation comes in. Why should you meditate? Meditation is one of the oldest spiritual practices. It originated in ancient India over 3,000 years ago as part of Hinduism and later Buddhism. But science shows meditation is more than tradition, it's a tool for the mind. A 2019 study by the Max Planck Institute found that regular meditation increases gray matter in the brain, especially in regions responsible for emotions and self-awareness. That means you become more focused, more balanced, more conscious. Another study from Yale University showed meditation reduces activity in the brain's default mode network, the part responsible for rumination and self-doubt. Less overthinking, more clarity, that's what meditation gives you. But it goes deeper. Meditation helps you take responsibility for your mind. In a world where we're constantly distracted by social media, by stress, by consumerism, meditation gives you back control. It's an act of individualism. You sit down, close your eyes, breathe, and find your inner freedom. And that's exactly what makes spirituality so powerful. It connects you to yourself without forcing you to submit to a collective. It gives you the strength to break out of your comfort zone. Just as Bitcoin gives you the freedom to break free from the state-controlled monetary system. Let's dig deeper. Spirituality isn't a retreat from the world. It's a way to see the world more clearly. It gives you the power to take responsibility for yourself, for your thoughts, for your life. In an age where states and corporations want to control us, spirituality is an act of rebellion, an act of freedom. It reminds us that we're more than consumers, more than numbers in a system. We're individuals striving for meaning, for truth, for freedom. What does this mean for us? Spirituality isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Science shows it makes us happier, healthier, stronger. History shows it's a primal need that has been with us for millennia. Meditation is the key to living this spirituality, to finding clarity, to taking responsibility, to being free. In a world that forces us into collectivism, spirituality is the path of the individual, the path to true freedom. And just as Bitcoin frees us from the state-controlled monetary system, spirituality frees us from the chains of the mind. Picture this, you're sitting in the dark, the screen flickers. The world out there is loud, the chains of control are heavy, but within you, there's a hum of stillness, the truth calls. The air is cold, the shadows dance, but in your mind, a light breaks through. This is the perspective. What do you think? Can spirituality make us freer? Do you meditate, and if not, why? Write it in the comments, your voice keeps the mystery alive. If this perspective grips you, subscribe to The Perspective. Give this video a like, share it with the brave. Let's hunt the shadows and find the freedom. Until next time, stay awake. The truth lives in the code.